for the month of August. And I got to tell you, I was a little worried about that tower so I pulled a whole bunch of clarifiers. I don't know that I have a full comprehension of it yet, but there is definitely some good energy around it, although it's almost a huge surprise. Okay, so what we're going to start out here with is, of course, we all know that the tower is, it has a meaning around, I'm going to say also, because I did pull some clarifiers with the moon and the Eight of Swords and this and the Four of Wands, it's definitely, to me, feels like it's in around the home front. Whatever this tower is, it's in around your stability. It's in around the home front. It's something that you were actually worried about. There's something that you were really worried about that has come to a very positive conclusion. It's a victory you won. So there's something that's coming to light, because with the moon, this is a card of things needing to work through, and there's a half understanding, because there's half mask, like a little bit of light, but not enough to really understand the situation. But this tower moment somehow is righting everything. Because I see all the cards out here, major arcana in terms of finances. There's Hierophant, the Fool energy. These are all major arcana, and it definitely feels like it could be in around something very formalized, something government, something corporate, something around a business, something that surprised you, a little bit more money maybe than what you expected, something like that. But it is going to allow you to sort of move off in a new direction. It's making you very happy. There's wish fulfillment here that's further out as the clarifier, but the Two of Wands means there's advancement in a direction that you wanted to go. And certainly with the Four of Pentacles, this is also kind of, it could be windfall money or something like that, but I don't want to say that so much as it is wish fulfillment, because I do see that there is the King of Pentacles here. So you could be dealing with somebody who has a lot of money, or again, somebody who's quite structured and, knows how to handle money, that kind of thing. But most of what I see here with the tower is that there's a victory over something that you didn't expect to, have a victory over, but there's a victory here. So again, we'll start out with sort of the general idea and then kind of take it into more specific. So tower moment here, sometime in the month of August, and it does indicate that you're going to be sort of struck with something that's a sudden change. It's going to be a bit of an upheaval, a bit of a surprise here. But again, it's maybe more surprising that you actually won. Because this can be a warning card of, whatever the current path was, is that it wasn't moving in the right direction. But it's almost like something you didn't expect to win, you've won, or something you didn't expect to gain from, you have. Because this is where you're releasing old patterns, old thoughts, something is shifted within you. Nothing's really holding you back at this point, because the tower is where you can't control everything. Something has kind of uprooted you, and now you're just sort of allowing the universe to, kind of right the way for you. And it seems like it's coming through in a very structured way. Taurus energy is also very prevalent here as well. But either way, there's some kind of unsettling victory that's come about that really surprises you. And it is you having some kind of success or accomplishment because of whatever that tower moment was that kind of offset things. There's a big change here. Like I say, really powerful messages in around you is in terms of transformation, with the other cards in terms of a relationship. So this could very well be where this is occurring. But I see that there is some very, positive effort around something you've done has paid off here. So again, it's just a reminder here that whatever that combination was, you won. So when we look at the Six of Wands, like I said, this is an encouraging card to stay positive because you've overcome some kind of an obstacle in around a goal. When we get to the Hierophant, again, this could be in around a structured environment. So whether you're dealing with some kind of higher authority or dealing with some kind of situation that represents as a corporate entity or, governmental. However, it's something that is more of an authoritative energy that you're dealing with here. This seems to be where the victory is. And it could even be around a combination or a connection as well. Somehow in around that, somehow it interrelates. But the Hierophant is also where you're, whatever traditional beliefs and that kind of thing that you had around something, all of a sudden, everything has restructured. This is where there's going to be, if you were following rules and regulations and so on before, I feel like you're kind of moving away from that. I think with the Fool card, it's kind of moving you in the direction of something that's freed you up. So something that maybe an authority that you were trying to gain some kind of access around or some kind of gain around, something like that. It does indicate that there is something that you are or have adhered to as far as, you've followed a societal norm in some way here. You've done something the right way. You've followed maybe an established rule or regulation around something, especially when it's followed with the Two of Cups. You've kind of partnered through a situation, or you've done something that, was something that, and could also be, because this is more financial, I'm just going to throw it out there for sure. It can be a marriage, partnership, something like that, that could be somehow influencing this situation here. But this combination is a really strong commitment in something that's moved toward wish fulfillment, something that's very positive that's come about here. Again, in terms of finances, this is still, you moving on the path of something that is allowing you to kind of move in the direction of, something that's kind of freeing you up. There's an energy of feeling a lot more of a release. So in terms of your finances, I feel like you're moving in a direction where, finances are there. Finances are showing up here, and it seems to be around connections that are kind of helping you, to recover in some way, or at least, because it's around the Tower card. So somehow a connection is helping you to recover. It's aiding in that recovery. And so it feels like you have very reliable connections, or a reliable connection that is assisting you in a situation, because that Tower moment, might have been unsettling. Something kind of threw you for a loop here, but you turned it around. You've turned it around with this card, the Six of Wands. And again, it seems like it's in around connection of some sort that's helping you financially. And it seems like it's a long-term connection as well, because we have the Hierophant, but it's something you were really worried about in around your home front here, about whether or not something's, maybe a payment or something was going to be made, something wasn't quite realized. You were a little unsettled around the home front, that kind of thing. But all of these cards speak to, there's going to be a huge, revitalization to your finances in some way here. And I do feel like with the Fool card, like I said, that is where you are kind of stepping out of fear, stepping out of hesitation, moving into a new direction here. There's a new journey ahead for you. You've got a change in your mindset. You're following your heart. You're moving in the direction of something that's going to bring you wish fulfillment. And this is something that you've really wanted to do, and it's allowing you to do it. So again, something that maybe offset here with the Tower moment is righting itself in around your finances, and it's going to allow you to take that time to appreciate something here, because the Nine of Cups is all about something that you wanted, you are now getting. And it's also about a victory. You've overcome something. You have overcome an obstacle that has emotionally allowed you to feel like you're satisfied with the outcome. It's a very positive card, more than one positive card here, because you're stepping into a journey ahead here, stepping into a new direction, going on a holiday, maybe something like that. But it definitely still speaks to very positive energy. Could be around a younger person. And I'm not seeing necessarily super childlike, but something kind of silly sort of energy, much more, happy and that kind of thing. Either way. When we get to the Two of Wands, this is stepping into the, the space that you're wanting to move forward in. So this is where you've made a decision, and this is where you're also, with the Four of Pentacles, doing it in a really practical way. But there's definitely some money here that's going to represent as stability and security for you. It's going to allow you to actually have a pretty good time wherever it is that you're headed. I feel like, wherever you had a reluctance over here, with that Eight of Swords and self-sabotaging and all concerned, you're now going to be able to kind of jump right into this. You're not feeling like you're risking your stability or anything now. I feel like you actually feel like you're in a place where you have an intention, you have a direction, you're getting past your limiting beliefs and your fears, and you're finally letting go of something because you're opening up to some level of prosperity here. You're opening up to some kind of money. So again, this is offering a lot more in terms of stability. This is offering a lot more in terms of, even if you did take a bit of a risk here, it still feels like it was done in the right way, because, this is something that is, you've manifested something. This is money. This is, happiness, emotionally happiness. It's created around your desires. And it definitely is something that you have an understanding of, because, you know what your choices are at this point. So when we get to the next card here, I'm just going to throw into, well, actually, yeah, I'll go back into the moon card here. So again, even with the moon card, I mean, that's the energy around, you know, not having a lot of information. So that's probably where you were initially, not having a lot of information, not really sure where things were going to wind up, you know, because you were still, things were at too much of a distance from where you could see, and there was some fear, and there was something that caused you some confusion, because there's hidden aspects around fear and confusion, right? So you're not able to resolve things when you don't know what all the possibilities are, or what all the elements are. So I feel like there was a really uncertain time that you were dealing with, and now it's like you have a deeper understanding, because you conquered something. You've conquered something that is allowing you to have a sense of accomplishment, and you're moving into a new phase of your life. And like I said, there's some kind of connection here coming through that's really helping things out. The moon is that you trusted your intuition to kind of get you through this. Could also be going back to something that represents and around family, or a place that was in around something, you know, where you had, where you considered a home or a space of, you know, family, or something that you considered, I don't know how to put that, but just something that you considered that, you know, it's a celebratory sort of energy, because you're reconnecting there in some way with the Four of Wands. I'm not seeing so much a lot of energy around reconnecting with a lot of different people necessarily, but I do feel like you've conquered something here that, and again, stands as, could be Taurus here energy, but there's the moon and the Four of Wands definitely speaks to there being an achievement even around internal struggles here. And again, I do feel like, you know, because you've acknowledged that, I feel like you now feel more stable because of an accomplishment that's coming forward. You trust in yourself more, all of that. The other part of it is I pulled clarifiers around that Tower card here as well, which came out as actually I'll put them hand in hand. So again, there's something around a King of Pentacles here. There's something around someone being quite relevant to the picture here. But it's not just the King of Pentacles. It was followed up by the Strength card here as well. And then followed that, there was some difficulty around a relationship, a connection to somebody possibly around money. And you've persevered, and somehow you've, you know, developed a lot of inner strength, a lot of inner fortitude to get there, because you've overcome fears and challenges here. That's what that symbolizes, you know, all of that. And it's also in that space of now you've got some inner strength. And I feel like you have a lot more determination to overcome your obstacles, of course, for sure. But there's somebody, whether this is you or someone else, something about this King of Pentacles person is coming in and somehow influencing the financial stability. So it represents a really successful, confident person, a lot of prosperity that also comes around with this card. I'm not necessarily, I mean, it could be that there's a surprise amount of money, but it feels like there's a surprise amount of, you know, an accomplishment that somehow results in extra money. So, I mean, maybe you had to make a bold decision about something that was in around a corporate thing or whatever. But either way, it feels like there's a strong potential for financial success in this month. I'm not sure if this, again, is a person that's coming in here that represents, but someone has the potential to tap into inner strength and create abundance. So whether somebody's coming in to assist you on that level, it's something around that as well, for sure. And again, you've got a connection that's relevant here. It could be lover's connection, could also be just a significant connection to you, somebody who's very important in your life. When I get to the Page of Pentacles, again, they were all clarifying the Tower moment. Could be representing a small, you know, maybe a loan coming through for some of you, or teaching or education or something here, something that you thought was lost was never coming back again. And yet there's a sense of control back in your life, as well as abundance. So again, this could be a mother-father figure. This could also represent as a very strong power couple, that kind of thing. But there is a lot being introduced here that really speaks to strength, abundance, and prosperity. So I'm going to tell you this, whatever this is in the month of August, there is some very strong, relevant connection. Somebody is very important that's going to draw in some extra money to a situation, and it's almost like it is, it's got a conquering energy to it. Like it feels like you've played something out the right way, and now it's coming in for you in the way that, you know, is going to allow you to sort of unfold or feel like things are on top. Because Page of Pentacles is still about financial, you know, well-being, but it's also about contract negotiation. It's also about anything that revolves around messages coming through as well, that there's a lot more control control in a situation, a lot more abundance. So I feel like this is going to help you to feel a lot more safe. And again, this could be an expectation, or sorry, a message of some sort that's coming through here. Could be in around studies or a younger person here, but somehow there is a huge gain or something and it's a connection. There's a person here that is connecting in here. I'm not sure who this is, but the Emperor definitely speaks to somebody who feels like they're back in control of their life again, because of a certain amount of money. So again, Emperor is definitely somebody who follows structure and that kind of thing. So in terms of your finances, maybe that's where things are at. You're taking a more abundant path. You feel like you're much more in control of your money. You feel like you've got a lot more ease in this month financially. Again, for whoever this resonates for, but it's definitely dealing with an authority figure. Could be government, could be police, could be courts, anything like that. But there's extra money here. There is definitely extra money. And again, it comes in from some kind of professional, traditional, organized sort of situation. There's a lot of personal integrity in this connection or in this situation. And again, there could also be money from more than one source. But I definitely feel like the Emperor is putting you into a space where, this is somebody who really deals with things, in a very powerful, willful way. Could be a boss as well, but there's definitely some energy around a lot more confidence in this month. And again, not only is the Emperor right next to the Empress, that is also a really good combination. And it's also speaking to feeling a lot more nurtured, feeling a lot more good luck, feeling a lot more success, a lot more intuition. And again, I feel like this is all around the Tower moment. So something really changed. Something has come full cycle and has really brought things into, again, maybe a mother-father situation, or maybe a strong male-female scenario here. But it definitely feels like there's a lot more emotional satisfaction. And again, it's something around a Tower moment that brought everything full cycle. So like it really turned everything around. So it's like this is it's revitalizing you in some way. Again, after a period of a lot of stress and a lot of strife. So your finances are definitely going to improve. Something's coming in for you. And I'd really be interested to know what that tower is for you guys. If it's an emotional tower, but I'm picking this up as some kind of long-term, tower, some long-term commitment, or some kind of organized situation that is bringing this to a Tower moment. Either way, it's a positive one. It isn't around the home front. It's benefiting the home front. Definitely speaks to a message being communicated that's coming through in the month of August. You have wish fulfillment because you're out on some kind of a new path, new journey, and it is really creating a lot of abundance for you in so many different ways. That's what I have for you, Libra, for the month of August. Career, money, finance. Keep moving forward and never give up.